Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I want no diamonds but I feel shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verse is singing in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use the Decepticons. Fake rappers that retreat like Cobra. 80s they can throw they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle clans get defeated. High samurai, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What is going on, everybody? This is your man, Dre Mac, coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show, 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast right now. Get up. You already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, I am tired of YouTubers complaining about comic book movies. Oh, this is going to get good because I'm talking about all of the heat I've received over the weekend when I'm pointing out the simplicities of what these comic book, movies and what they're doing as far as race-bending characters. I'm going to get into some historical documentation about race bending. I'm going to tell you the truth and why that I don't like the race bending. If you call me a complainer, understand the historical documentation before you call me out. But you already know. Hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel, because we actually was talking about this on the other day. So shout out to him. But the real question is, wait a minute. You're telling me the video. Somebody accidentally hit the wrong video. Oh, man. That was funny. All right. Robin D, the admin. Good morning to Robin D. Good morning. Hunter Iggy. And don't forget, get that thumbs up. Get the thumbs up. If you, especially today, y'all got to hit that thumbs up. Because I need y'all voices just to be as loud as the minority to come into my comment section talking crazy to me. So I need y'all to get it up. Get it up today. Get it up. Hunter Iggy, what's good? What's good, Hunter Iggy? Jairus B, what's good? What's good? Who faces are supposed to be? You like that thumbnail? Oh, man. What up, Junior Network? What's good? I don't get YouTubers that complain about race swapping Black Panther from Africa and Gotham is a city. I'm gonna get into because I'm talking about myself. This is what people were saying about me because they're tired of me complaining. So I'm actually, this is dedicated to me. This whole thing. D Stizzle, what's up? D Stizzle going hard in the comment section. He was going hard in the comment section. You know what I mean? That's why I like D Sizzle. D Sizzle don't back down. He be like, look, here, Junior, I'm old enough to be your daddy. Don't come talking to me about no comics. Let's go comic for comic. That's what I like. Let's go comic for comic. Xavier Phoenix, what's up with it? Good morning. Good morning. The chief, Mika G is in the house. Hey, have a good start to your day, Mika G. Mika G is on a new journey. All of that. I salute you. You know what I'm saying? Big forehead. Down. Jairus B, you don't like race changing, then let me. I technically I completely agree, especially the way that they treated Samuel L. Jackson in that trash ass Secret Invasion. Might as well give it back. Let it be David Hasselhoff like it was in the 90s. I'm just saying, you're not gonna do Samuel L. Jackson like that and think I ain't gonna have no problem. I'm gonna just be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Or what they did to him in the Marvels. Come on now, let's stop playing now. We'll stop playing. New York City is a city and not a country. Oh God, ain't about me. D Sizzle, let's go comic for comic. You ain't gonna tell me about no comics. Let's go comic for comic. What is up, Mitzi Gasm, aka Tana? What's good? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. And don't forget, guys, there is memberships available. So for $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And in 2025, the whole entire Drake Mack show is going to be reshuffled. And I'm going to get to those things. The way that the reshuffling is going to be, I'm going to announce that at the beginning of December, because at the beginning of January, everything is going to change as far as the Drake Mack show. The show time is going to change. Not the format, but the showtime is going to change. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be changing with the Drake Mack show. So I want to let you guys know. Hey, my girl, Lona, what's up? That's my homie right there. What's good? Over there killing it on YouTube. Shout out to you and all the stuff that you've been doing on YouTube. Yo, I'm so happy that you got, you left because we met on what's that track? TikTok. And TikTok will literally shadow ban you like a heartbeat. But you get so much love over here on the UB2Bs. I'm glad you over here. So shout out to you. It's our fidget to a shell of it. So like they did. I don't know what the hell that was. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell that was. Tracy Woods, what's up? Hey, Roberta, the church auntie is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, and toxic. Don't hate Georgia. Exactly. Just be patient. You ain't even seen the show. How you gonna talk about something you ain't even seen it? I don't have to. The best one I heard was I don't have to watch Dre Mack's commentary to know what's going on. Then what are you here for? Like, what are you here for? What's up? Oh damn, you gotta add. What's up? What's up, Gray? Yo, you almost made me swap the head because I could technically get another He Who Remains for cheap and put Jonathan Major's head on him on my Blue Marvel too. That was kind of dope. Emmanuel, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so let me get to what this actual live is going to be this morning. It's going to be a little bit different. Of course, Penguin was awesome. Penguin was really, really good. I still think that Penguin is the best show that's on, that especially when you start talking about comic book movie that's on right now. You know what I mean? I think it's the best show. And it really defines Batman. For Batman, people have got to remember that Batman is a noir comic that comes from the age of gangsters and all of that stuff from the 1940s. You know what I mean? So it is so dope to actually see a Batman show really literally focusing on the crime of Gotham City and the history of these crime syndicates, crime families, and even the rise of the Penguin. I think this is dope. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the dopest things they've done in a long time. I think this is what they wanted to do with Gotham, and it didn't land. But this lands 1,000%. 1,000%. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely like that. You know what I mean? So that has been dope. There's been a lot of stuff that's been good, but I think that has been dope. And Colin Farrell needs an Oscar for this or something, a Golden Globe or or something, because I still forget that that's Colin Farrell in all of that makeup. Like, he is killing it right now, dude. I mean, oh my God, it is awesome. It is awesome. Kingpin in Affleck's Daredevil before the woke accusations, but the Kingpin in the series hit all the right beat. Big up and RIP to Michael Clark Duncan. Let's get into the history. I'm glad you said that. Let's get into the history. Of course, I'm wearing my Malcolm X shirt today because I'm going to go vote right after this. You know what I'm saying? Stand for nothing, fall for anything shirt. Going to be rocking this to the poll. Going to go early vote today. So let's get into some historical documentation of race bending, because people think that race bending just so happened to happen. I know the coin term race bending started in 2009. People were really pissed off. King Mo, what's good? Yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of people was like, yo, I didn't like race bending for the last airbender, which we're going to get into, like the Wikipedia. We're going to go into some historical documentation that they've been doing race bending ever since the minstrel period. And a lot of stuff is going to be historical documentation that's going to be sensitive to certain viewers. If you don't like history, especially about the Jim Crow era or the minstrel period of America, this is probably not the live for you, and you want to turn away now if you don't want that gritty historical documentation of what Black people was portrayed of back in the late 19th and 20th century. Because that's what I'm going to get into, because you need to know the historical documentation of race bending before we get to, ooh, this is woke. Dog, what do you call what white people was doing during the minstrel cycle or during the movie Birth of a Nation? The rise of the Ku Klux Klan and all of that. What do you call that? Is that considered woke, or is that considered history? Or, but what they did, oh God, it's not Black Like Me, but I forgot the movie in the 80s. If you know the movie in the 80s where the white kid becomes a Black student to get a scholarship, and it just laughed over in that movie, which is nothing funny about that now. You know what I'm saying? It used to come on like HBO all the time. Put it in the comment section below so I could go up and because I want to give you the again the history. It's not that I'm just complaining. There is historical documentation that race bending has been going on forever in Hollywood. This is not just something that I made up. It's not something that I'm complaining about. Soul Man, thank you. Thank you, Soul Vanguard. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Soul Man. You know what I mean? So, again, this is not something that I'm just like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? Like, oh, man, Dre Mac just complaining because we need, more representation. We need more Black people, in these movies and stuff like that. But yet, if you know the history, then you will understand where I'm coming from. So that's why I want to, give you this information so we can be able to talk about it in a historical documentation, a logical and rational documentation, in a rational, logical thought, in this commentary, so you know why I don't like the fact that Hollywood thinks it's okay to blackwash now these white characters, because it's no different than what they were doing to us. There's no difference in what it does to say, well, you can only be prominent if you're playing a white guy. Think about it like this. Think about it like this, y'all. Seriously, think about it like this. I don't have a problem with Sam Wilson. I don't have a problem with Sam Wilson. AKA Captain Falcon, Captain America, whatever you want to call him tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have no problem with him. What I have a problem with is the fact that he had to be in a white mantle to be considered upper echelons. And when the the creator of that comic is doing that, you're not seeing the racial undertones of that. Like, I'm not saying he was being a racist. There's a racist undertone. You can only be prominent if I put you in a white character. Think about it. Think about it for a second. You got Captain America, who's been around since the 1940s, right? In the 1940s, Captain America is punching Hitler. At the time, because we were about to go into, we were about to go to war, World War I against the Nazis of Germany. That was to consider a token of strength for white Americans going against these Nazi, against the Nazis. You see what I mean? Against Nazi Germany. So there's a historical, take on that, right? So this character is white, although, because in the 1980s, white, even when he was John Walker, white, even when he was Bucky, white. And then now a white artist or a white comic book creator it was actually war propaganda. But it's no different than what Superman was to the Jewish community also. Think about it like this. Superman was created because Jews at that time felt like they were underpowered. So they created a Superman to be able to fight against the oppression of what they felt at that time. Think about it like that, right? Just think about it just for a second, right? So I want that to play into the back of your mind while I'm talking about this, right? So when you have a character, or a comic book creator say, you know what? Black people are not in prominent positions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the black guy in the white guy's title to make him feel like he's important. If you get what I'm saying, I shouldn't have to be in a white guy's shoes or a white guy's moniker or in a white guy's suit to feel important when I'm already an important figure next to that guy anyway. I always said Falcon was looked at as a sidekick. The reason why I did that, and even when I did my reaction video to what Rob from Comics Explained said, nobody cared about Sam Wilson unless he was Captain America, and that was because it was controversy, or when he was next to Captain America. Why? Because they always seen him as a sidekick. Now, you tried to make a mini series or you tried to do a graphic novel with him or whatever, but his comic book origins was already trashed from the beginning. So unless you recreate this guy, you take away all of that crap that you wrote for him and recreate this dude, you know what I'm saying? It give him something important and put him in the importance like they tried to do in the MCU. And I give the MCU that much credit that you're trying to make him important, make him, part of the military, make him a counselor, all of that. I like that stuff. And technically what they did in the MCU was way better than his original comic origins. Way better. Way better. But I still don't like the fact that he was doing all of this. You know who this is. You might as well say Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about, Mr. D? You don't know who I am? Hey, come on, dog. But the history is still there. So with white people who don't know, just think about it like this. White people who never read that comic or never read the newer comics because they were still a fan of the old Captain America comics, it with Steve Rogers, is looking at that. It's like, well, why do you have to do that? Why couldn't you just make a new character or write better stories? And then when you say write better stories, they always say, well, we did write a better story. Obviously it wasn't that damn good because it didn't go nowhere. So did you really write a better story? And if you feel that bad about black people not being as prominent as their white counterparts, then what you need to do is elevate that. Stop putting black people in white suits, you know what I'm saying? And thinking that is going to elevate us, because that's another form of white supremacy. Thinking you just have to be just as, if I put you in a white suit, you're just as good as us. That's what it looks like. I wasn't mad about Rob and what he thought. I just wanted him to expand the thought process and look at it in that white supremacy's undertone when you put black people in white characters instead of the entire list of all these black people that's out here that black characters that you could have pulled and elevated. That's all I'm saying. You could have pulled any one of these any one of these black characters out of the woodworks and said, I'm going to make that guy as prominent. Spider-Man's Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? Got introduced. What was that? I got the Spider-Man comic, but I got that whole entire run in the Ultimate Comics, right? And he was a replacement for the Peter Parker in that universe, in just the Ultimate Universe, you know. And I did like the way Brian Michael Bendis did that, because he took, you know, Childish Gambino, you understand, or Donald Glover, said, man, that dude will look cool as Spider-Man. And then he created a story that he was just not, you know, Black Peter Parker. He was Miles Morales. Now, did he go as the moniker Spider-Man? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because that Spider-Man died and he wanted to create, but would have been dope if he would have had his own name. Now, when you say the name Miles Morales, you be like, oh, you would say, oh, the Black Spider-Man, or you was like, that's just Miles Morales. You see him as Spider-Man, but you kind of don't. He got the same, you know, he can swing for webs and all of that, but he's kind of his own thing. Kind of like Spider-Man 2099, kind of like Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider or whatever you want to call it tomorrow, kind of like Silk. You know what I mean? But they defined him way more because why? They wrote his story well. That's all they did, was write the story good. And then when they did do a movie, it made sense. They didn't try to make this dude Black Peter Parker. They made this dude his own entire character. Why can't you do that with them? It did remind you who was doing it. It's Sony. Sony can't even get Venom. Well, I like Venom, but I don't. You know what I mean? I like it, but I'm in a gray area with that. But I'm just saying, that's what Sony did. So when you look at these characters, it's not like I'm complaining, but I'm just saying, if you write it well, they will come. And they didn't have to make a Black Peter Parker to do that. So let me get to wiki. Let me do the Wikipedia, you know, race bending. But I'm gonna go to a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? To kind of give you an understanding of the historical portion of it and why blackwashing it should not be a thing in any media. Honestly, and I know people like, you know, Interview with a Vampire and they race bend. I think one of the characters, but for someone told me that it's not the same story. It's like an Elseworld story, whatever. I don't know. I don't watch it. But let me just give you this. All right, this is from the wikis, right? Is my mic going up and down? It's probably because my voice is elevating and it's trying to keep my voice down. All right, so let's get to all right. Let me know if it's put a 1. Can you hear me clearly, or is it keep going in and out? And this every time it happens when I'm on here. Just let me know. We good? Okay, we good now. All right. So, according to Wikipedia, race bending was coined as a term of protest in 2009 as a response to the casting decisions for the live-action film adaptation of the television series Avatar: The Last Airbender. The starring roles of the show, Aang, Katara, and Sokka, were coded as being East Asian, Aang and Inuit, Katara and Sokka descent, but were played by actors of European descent in the film. The initial protests, such as saving the world with prostage, were created in a live journal online forum that initially responded to the casting decisions by inundating Paramount with protest mails. However, the cast went unaltered, and when production began, the leaders of the protests responded by founding the advocacy group and occupying websites, race bending by playfully borrowing the concept of manipulating elements bending from the Avatar universe. According to Christopher Campbell, whitewashing in film is particularly common and possesses a long tradition among the industry. Most successful in variegated productions. Film history is replete and ambiguous examples of white actors portraying characters of color. Now, let me just say this, and I probably jacked that up. It keeps going up and down now. I mean, this thing is, I don't know Diddy. I don't want this thing too close to my mouth. But this is the thing. So was it complaining when white people got mad where, or because white people did do this, when white people got mad where, you know, this particular movie, so all these white people, which that movie sucks. You know what I mean? That movie is the audio was lower. What the hell? Hold up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix the audio issue. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. You say it goes low and then high. Okay. Are we good? It gets low, then high. We good now? I just cleared it and then uncleared. Okay. All right. So let's get to this. Okay. So of course we had a long history of race bending in here. So reason for race bending. Let's get to this. In the United States entertainment industry, Christina Xu Yong has stated that race bending, whitewashing, and an overall lack of representation of the Asian Americans. Now, remind you, this was the Asian community speaking out against race bending. This is the Asian community. Now, why is it a active protest when Asian people are saying no, we want Asian representation, but when I say it, you're complaining. You're saying, hey, Simon Williams should. I mean, if there's every excuse under the sun when it comes to me saying Simon Williams should be played by a white guy, not a black one. You see what I mean? So why is that a problem when I say something? When I say something, it's complaining. But when the Asian community has said, "Nah, dog, we got a lack of representation, and won't you just hire Asian people to be in Asian roles?" It's a act of strength and protest. I'm making a video. I just finished the video. I gotta edit it, but I got a video coming out, today about why was colorism a big thing when Aaron Pierre got the role of John Stewart, but nobody said nothing about Yaya Abdul-Mateen playing a white man. To me, make it make sense. Like, honestly, make it make sense to me so I can be able to understand. So we're okay about race bending a character just so we can get on TV, so we can be shown on TV, but we're not advocating for more black characters that look like us in the comics and can be portrayed by us in media, but we want to elevate the white guy, you know what I'm saying, by putting a black mask over it. Because why? Black people move the needle, especially in Hollywood and entertainment. When we do something that's cool, everybody think it's cool. Just look at it like this. When Taylor Swift was swag surfing during what was that? During the Chiefs game, everybody was pissed off because they know where it came from. So everybody in Atlanta starts swag surfing. Everybody in Atlanta starts swag surfing again. Swag surfing ain't been cool since no ceilings. If you know, you know. But now that you've seen a white person do it, they're like, oh no, we got to take that black. We got to take it back because we ain't the ones who swag. We invented that. But we're okay. Also taking a white person's, a white character and making them black. So that's what I'm saying. So we got to be able to make up our mind about what we're doing and how we're going to do it. Okay, let's get to reason for race bit. All right. So this was where did I leave off at? Let's just start over. In the United States entertainment industry, Christina Chong Jing Jong has stated that race bending, whitewashing, and an overall lack of representation of Asian Americans
as well as other minorities in film industry, is not due to the lack of minority applicants, but instead due to the lack of opportunities for minorities due to the connection-based culture in the entertainment industry created through implicit bias and breakdowns, casting descriptions that usually include characteristics including a character's name, gender, age, race, minor personality traits, and a brief life background. Does not consider breakdowns problematic in themselves, but as stated by Russell Robinson in a research article published by the Berkeley Law Scholarship Repository. God, I can't talk. Somebody going to tear me up in the comment section for that. Repository. I probably jacked that up too, but anyway, they tend to discriminate against minorities in the entertainment industry. Part of Robinson's argument against breakdowns is that they usually create created by studio directors, and 87% of the directors are white. Robinson claims that these directors and others within the film industry can easily decide to change the race of a breakdown or a character being depicted from another form of media. Robinson stated, "Any person in this decision-making chain might exclude an actor or an entire category of actors based on race or sex-based considerations. Yet this discrimination would normally remain concealed from the excluded applicants and the public. According to Robinson, there are circles of the wealthy elite in Hollywood whose implicit biases covered up by breakdowns lead to significant amount of race baiting and whitewashing within the film industry. Many producers and directors in the film industry believe that it is not racial discrimination that leads to race baiting, whitewashing, and an overall lack of minority representation in the film industry. Instead, many credit it to a low number of minority applicants and a lack of funding they would receive if they did cast minorities in the lead role. In response to critic backlash after the film release of 21, which is based on the true group of a group of Asian American students who in the film are portrayed mostly by Caucasian actors, producer Dana Brunetti claimed we would have loved to cast Asians in the lead roles, but the truth is we didn't have access to any bankable Asian American actors that we wanted. Furthermore, Ridley Scott claimed after the release of his film Exodus, God and Kings, which faced similar whitewashing controversies, which was completely whitewashed because we know, and if you don't know, that people of Sudanese descent, you know what I'm saying, or Nubian, the original Nubians, the majority of those people were black, and in Egypt didn't get black, didn't whiten up until the fall of Rome, when they don't want to say that they don't like the name, but the Berbers came down from the mountains. It is historical documentation. That is nothing that I just made up. You can go look for it yourself. But the fall of Rome and a lot of those people that was coming from the mountains came into Egypt and tore that down. That's why the noses are broken off and all of that. That is literally the reason, you know what I mean, that you had any type of white representation in Egypt. And if you don't know, you can read the book from Babylon to Timbuktu that will give you the breakdowns of the dynasties and when it went from black to white. All right. Let me see. I mount a film on this budget, and we have to rely on tax rebates in Spain and say that my lead character is Muhammad so and so from such and such. I'm not going to get it financed, so the question doesn't even come up. Example: after the producers of the last Airbender announced their decision to cast white actors Noah Ringer, Nicola Peltz, and Jackson Rathbone as the lead roles, the artists who worked on the animated series, it was based on, created an anonymous live journal website and started a letter writing campaign. On the other hand, the actors portraying the antagonist characters are mainly Middle Eastern and Indian. The film Exodus, Gods and Kings received significant backlash on social media before its release due to white actors Christian Bale, Joel Egerton, and others being cast in the roles of Egyptians. In contrast, black actors were only given the roles of slaves and thieves. Director Ridley Scott argued that the cast actors of other ethnicities as well, Iranian, Spanish, Arabs, etc., because Egyptians had varied ethnicities, and that the audience should not focus on only the white actors. But again, let me tell you, why that's a bad this 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 right here, especially Ridley Scott should know better. This right here should automatically tell you that yes, they have various ethnicities, but the major ethnicity in Egypt were black. But there's also another reason for that. And it's a historical documentation that comes from biblical times, because I'm going to tell y'all, if they give up Egypt, they have to give up another land that's close to the Horn of Africa, and they don't want to give that up. And if you know, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get labeled a certain word by certain people, but that is absolutely true. If historically you're going to tell people that, that Egypt is black, then you also have to know that the people who came into Egypt to hide from Roman persecution was also that same color. Because you're not going to hide in a place that you can't blend in. That's all I'm saying. But again, I don't want to get all into the semantics of that. But that's the reason. It's not just that. That is the reason. But there's also historical documentation that shows that black people were not only in Egypt, they were in Greece, they were all over the place. They were in Spain and Portugal, especially through the Moorish reign. The Moors ran Spain and Portugal until 1619? So let's not forget about again, that's historical documentation. Because if we want to go there, we can go there. And that would cause a whole big argument because nobody wants to go with historical documentation. We just want to make movies, and you're gonna like it. Let's keep going. In 2010, racebending.com and the Media Action Network for Asian Americans, alongside urgent boycotts of The Last Airbender, also urged boycotts of the person that says the time as well. Due to practices of race bending, Kristen Person was criticized for casting white actors for leads instead of actors of Iranian or Middle Eastern descent. When Scarlett Johansson was cast in the lead role of Motoko Kusanagi and Ghost in the Shell, a live-action adaptation of a Japanese manga, there were fan backlash over the casting. As since the story is located within Japan, it was assumed that the actress to portray the character was meant to be of Japanese descent. Numerous fans signed petitions of the recast. Johansson addressed the issue in an interview with Marie Claire, stating that she never would have accepted the role if it meant taking it from an Asian actor. Johansson explained how she accepted the part because the main protagonist was female, and having a franchise with a female protagonist driving it was such a rare opportunity. Activist groups such as the Media Action Network for Asian Americans accused Johansson of lying that she would have never portrayed or attempted to play someone of a different race. Now, the crazy part is Asians took up this. The Media Action Network for Asian Americans, right? But when I tell black people that black people, first of all, let me tell you this. Black people, you deserve to be at the table. Let me say that again. Black people, you deserve to be at the table. You're not just there just to be there. You deserve everything. We are part of this country too. We are the backbone. We are the blood of this country. Because not only did the natives of this country shed their blood, the people who was brought here to build it share their blood also. So we have a claim to this land just like anybody else do. And we deserve to be at their table like anybody else. So if they can create something to stop the whitewashing of characters, why can't we do the same thing to stop the blackwashing of characters and raise up our own characters in a way where Hollywood takes notice? Because you can't say that a black-owned, black-created character cannot make money when I tell you that we've already seen this for Black Panther. Every slave movie you got make money. You don't think 13 years of a slave made money? Hell, you can say The Birth of a Nation made money. You can't say that our movies are not profitable with black leads. Look at Bad Boys, the franchise. So stop making the excuse that these films cannot make money. Don't say Asians can't make money. Everything always made money. There's plenty of Asian films that made money. Hell, Godzilla had a $50 million budget or something like that. Made money. And people went right into the movies to go and see a film. Of course, Godzilla's the main guy. That's what you came to see. But nobody had a problem with the Asian actors, speaking Japanese in that movie, and it made money. This is an excuse to continue to put white actors in people of color roles or blackwashing characters to say we feel bad because we want black people with prominent roles, but they won't take our characters and make them prominent. That's what I'm saying about that. So we have to understand again the historical historical look of it, and to call out the bull crap, because we can make money. Our films make money. Black people, the way that we move, walk, talk, all of that is a money-making machine. If not, hip-hop wouldn't be as global as it is right now. They take everything from us, but they won't take our blues. Let's keep going. Their complaints stem from the idea that they believe Hollywood was not only allowing Asians to portray Asian characters, and instead was hiring white actors to take roles that could easily have been portrayed by Asian actor and actresses. Asian actors such as Constance Wu and Ming Na Wing called for the boycott of the film because they thought it was unfair that the role did not go to an Asian woman. Now, let me just say this about Wonder Man, right? Now, if white people started protesting Wonder Man, right, how many black people will call out their bull? How many black people will fight against that? If white people right now set up a petition right now on change.org to get the character of Wonder Man back white again, to get the character of Nick Fury back white again, how many of y'all probably will fight against that? Because I know a lot of people would. Not seeing the historical document, the historical, again, with Sam Jackson's version of Nick Fury, to me, it was pitched that this version of the MCU was totally different than the comics. That's why we didn't trip about Samuel L. Jackson being Nick Fury in the MCU when the MCU first started. Because at the time, we still had the Ultimate Comics in Marvel, where you see a different universe in the main continuity, so it doesn't take anything away from the main continuity. And then you could be able to do certain things that you wouldn't be able to do in the main continuity. And to me, that made sense. So when Kevin Feige, who also had a problem with the Ancient One getting played because they whitewashed the Ancient One, let's not forget that, because the Ancient One in Marvel Comics is Tibetan. But no, Tilda Swinton is going to play an Asian man in this movie. They cast a white woman to play an Asian man in Doctor Strange. And people had a problem with that too. Let's not forget. So Kevin Feige already knows how detrimental it is to race swap characters. So why, oh why, in my mind, would you turn around and do that to Wonder Man? If you already know people had a problem. But see, what's going to happen is that black people go get all in a tizzy because we need to have more black actors in the MCU instead of just saying we need to have more black characters, this original black characters in the MCU. You're just happy with the hiring. You're just happy to get the scraps to the table. That's why I'm making this. That's why people are mad that I'm complaining. Because I'm trying to tell you, stop thinking that you need the scraps to the table. You don't need Wonder Man to make you feel important. When Jericho Drummond's out there, when Blue Marvel is out there, when Night Thrasher is out there, when all these other cast of characters is out there, you don't have to feel like you're secondary or you're getting the scraps. Nobody cares about Wonder Man. So let's put a black dude in here because we know black rhythm makes the thing go around. And Yaya Abdul-Mateen, you understand, can make that thing happen. So make Wonder Man, like Jonathan Majors made Kane, you know what I'm saying, prominent. Prominent. When you think about Kane the Conqueror, you gotta think about the white guy from the comics. You thinking about Jonathan Major. And we're going so hard for Jonathan because Jonathan made that role even better. But if you think about if he would have made a white guy better, how much better would he have made a black man in the MCU? A black character. If he could do that with him, oh my God, what you think he could do with this? And again, like I said, he would have been the perfect Blue Marvel. Everybody was talking about he's a time traveler anyway. He got an old soul. So look at, just think about him as Blue Marvel and how awesome and dope that would have been. Not taking anything away from him being Kane because he loves that character. Not taking anything away from that. But what I would have liked is for him to play an original black character so that character can be elevated on the same wavelength as Black Panther, Storm, and other black characters. Is it still going in and out? It's I don't know. Maybe because I'm maybe yeah, I don't know. But it's crazy because it was just like, but is anybody else having the audio issue? Hold up. Is anybody else having the audio issue? Let me know. Now my mic has been fine this whole entire time, but hold on. Hold up. Because I don't know what's going on. So I'm just hey, can you guys hear me? It's just a microphone for my MacBook. Is it going in and out now? Give me a 1 in the chat if it is, a 2 in the chat if no. Because I'm not using my mic now. I'm using the mic from the it's still going in and out. I'm using the mic for my and I turned down the music. Or I turned it off just to see if you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'm just using the mic for my MacBook. So we good? All right. Okay. All right. So all right. So my biggest thing is that if white people, if Asian Americans could create a network to be able to suffice what they got, am I still going in and out? Now is it still going in and out, D Sizzle, or what's going on? This is why I pay so much money for the StreamYard. StreamYard be man, God, sometimes I don't. It's still going in and out. One is still jacking up. Two is a no. I mean, one is still jacking up. Two is it's fine. Okay, it sounds good. All right. See, this is my biggest thing. That if you're gonna have Asian Americans bound together, it says, look, we got a problem and we need to stop this problem because look what Hollywood is doing, right? But yet we don't have that same energy for what they do to us. This doesn't get edited. This just gets loaded up. So there's nothing I can do. This just gets loaded up. So, but again, my biggest thing is that why don't we ever have that same energy for us? Why do we have to feel like we're just happy to be here? Like on Coming to America, when he was like, I am very happy to be here. Hey man, you shouldn't just be very happy to be here. We're supposed to be here. Like legitimately, we're supposed to be here. But let me see. Let me go down a little bit.
So controversy when Harry Potter received in addition to his installment with the stage play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, it was announced that the character Hermione Granger will be played by Noma Dumezwini, an African actress residing in England. Fans were displeased with this and called it blackwashing, citing the book's prior mention of Hermione's skin tone. But J.K. Rowling, the author of the original book, stated that white skin was never pacified in the making of Hermione, and that Hermione can be a black woman with a absolute blessing and enthusiasm. Now, the only difference between, in this with Harry Potter, and I remember when this happened too, and they were talking about Black Hermione, right? That was like, but J.K. Rowling came out and said, if you think about the original books, her hair was kind of was kinky, was this and the other. It sounded more like a black girl. It was just the studio with Christopher Columbus and all of that picked a young white girl. And if you remember the first Harry Potter movie, that girl hair was all over the place, like, it was like dirty. You know what I mean? So coincidentally, when J.K. Rowling came out and said that, you're like, yeah, it sounds like it should have been a black girl in Hermione's role. But again, to be able to make this thing work, they always think that whites are going to sell overseas. And again, you can say what you want to about, about blacks not making money overseas, but Bad Boys 4 did. It made a good chunk of his money overseas in Asian markets. And it proved that Will Smith, no matter what happened, no matter who he slapped, is still a Hollywood draw. So if Will Smith is a Hollywood draw, what other black people can you make a Hollywood superstar? Or are you going to continue to make this excuse that black people don't make money or Asians don't make money? You know what I mean? Just, it's ridiculous. Let me keep going. All right. Another example of race bending occurred when Jodie Turner-Smith, who is a black woman, was cast to play Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII, in a white woman in Netflix docuseries Queen Cleopatra, provoked a controversy after casting black actress Adele James as a particular character portraying Egyptians, which she should have been. Hold up. Again, now this Queen Cleopatra, we already know that she was black. If you know, like I said, if you know historical documentation, then you know that he is black. I mean, that she was black. You know what I'm saying? That black Africans, black people were all over there. It's an Afro-Asiatic land. Stop playing with me. Netflix had a similar cast. Netflix has similarly cast black actor Denzel Washington, age 68, in the upcoming biopic. Is it Carthaginian General Hannibal Barca, who was 26 years old at the beginning of the Second Punic War and likely of Semitic Phoenician descent. Afro-Semitic. But I mean, if you look at the age, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Hannibal was black. I think Denzel way too old to be playing Hannibal, but still was black. But people forget that John Wayne played Genghis Khan. Like, let's keep it real. He played Genghis Khan. So let's not act like that this is the first time for any of this. Let's just get into some statistics, and I'm going to show you a couple things before I wrap this up. According to a 2016 University of Southern California report on diversity and entertainment, within which 414 stories were sampled, 109 motion pictures, and 305 broadcast, cable, and digital series, 71.7 were white, 12.2% black, and 5.8% Hispanic Latino, 5.1% Asian, 2.3% Middle Eastern, and 3.1% other. In contrast, the United States Census Bureau population estimates for July 2016 being 63% white, 12.6% black, 16.2% black has Hispanic Latino, 4.9% Asian, 2.1% mixed, 1.0% other. The University of Southern California report noted that it sampled all independent speaking characters, uttered one or more discernible or overt words or of any language on screen. Nonverbal utterances are not considered words. Characters that are named are also considered speaking characters. Under rare circumstances, a group of nearly identical characters might speak at one time, might speak at the same time or sequentially. Given their extremely homogeneous experience, it is also impossible to distinguish these characters from one another. When this occurs, the coders are instructed to group the identical characters and code them as one unit. According to Christina Shu Jiang, Christina Shu Jiang Zhong's Xing Zhong's jack that all up article in the Asia Pacific American Law Journal, whites occupy 83.5% of lead roles, while minorities occupy 16.5, 9.5 blacks, 2% Latino, 2.5% Asian, 0.5% Native American, and 2% mixed to other. According to John, when it comes to casting of major roles, race bending, whitewashing, inflicts bias, lead to an even more drastic underrepresentation of minorities in the entertainment industry. And also, you can look at blackface. Again, this is what I'm talking about. When you look at blackface, this is something that during the menstrual period that was really horrible against black people during the Jim Crow era. Where you start looking at minstrel shows and how we were portrayed and represented. You know what I'm saying, through the minstrel period, the jumping Jim Crow era. These were white people playing black people in satire, and it was distasteful. It was raggedy. It was horrible, and this is the way that we were portrayed. In the same token, you got movies, like Soul Man, who portrayed a white character, in the role of a black man. You see what I mean? And there was nothing funny about this because of the way he was portrayed in this movie. You see what I mean? So this is not something that has not been done in American society. And again, I'll show you John Wayne. Like, hold on, before I do that, because I want to, because like I said, I gotta show you the images that the reason why this is so. Like I said, we don't need to blackwash any characters because this was literally our history. This was our history right here. And now, honestly, we don't have to. What's up, Torian? I have some audio issues. That's what they said. But look at the way that we were treated and we were mocked. Right? Now, coincidentally, they don't even have to dress up in blackface to mock us. We'll do it happily. Happily. We would put on our finest gear to go shook boogie and dance and jump and eat chicken and watermelon, buck our eyes and all of that stuff that we were stereotyped to being in the early stages of life. Hey, you know who that is? Right here that I'm circling? That's Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Right there. That's Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz in blackface. We're happy to be the mammies and the shoe boogies of today's time now. This is why that I keep saying that black representation matters to our own characters. Because that was our history. That was our history. And hold on, let me show you one more thing. Because again, it's not, these people are, the people who made that study in 2009 spoke out against this. This has been going on for years. This ain't nothing new. Jerry Lee Lewis played an Asian man. This has always been a thing. This has always been a thing. Look, the Little Mermaid can't be black. The people who brought you this. You see what it's not nothing that I'm just making up. I'm not just complaining just to be complaining. This has been a problem in Hollywood. And what you don't want to do is spend your hard-earned money and they can't even give you the representation that you need on film. That's all I'm saying. And if you read your local, if you reading comics, you're a comic book fan, you're reading this white guy, white guy, white guy, and then the MCU is like, hey, we're gonna bring this the character to life. You like, hooray! And then you come to find out it's played by a black guy. You should have that same energy that you have for Aaron Pierre being too late to be John Stewart with them blackwashing these characters. That's all I'm. This is literally all I'm saying.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I'm trying to wrap this up and get you guys out of here. But again, sorry for the audio issues. But now that you see why this is so, why I'm talking about, I'm not talking about this just to be complaining about comic book movies or movies. I'm talking about this happens with movies in general. The biggest thing is because I cover comic books, you know, and comic book movies on my channel, I'm seeing this in real time. So yes, I'm gonna call it out. Because also, you know, if I'm going to be fair with, if I'm going to call out whitewashing, I got to be just as fair and call out blackwashing, you know what I'm saying, or whoever washed it. Just like when they were trying to make, you know, my guy from Invincible, they were trying to make him Century. Like, no, get it to a white man. Don't make, it does not make me feel better that you're putting a black person or a person of color over a white person. You're still elevating a white person at the end of the day, because when they go buy that merch and they're going to look for the toys and they're going to say, well, I can't get the toy of it now. Let me get an older toy. He's going to be white. You're going to get all the white comics. You're still elevating a white character at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying. And you're right. The execs are the major issues, Torian. Exactly. Reminds me of the movie World Trade Center, and they casted a white guy to play an actual black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Othello. Look at Othello. I mean, is that everybody gets pissed off about Tropic Thunder? The thing about Tropic Thunder, it makes fun of what Hollywood does every day. That's why I love Tropic Thunder so much, and why I didn't have a problem with Robert Downey Jr., you know, playing the dude. I'm a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Because literally it's satire on Hollywood. And if you don't understand that, then there's also a problem. Just like Blazing Saddles, when you have the scene where Mel Brooks comes in as a Native American, and he talks to the black people, like, man, they just as dark as us, knowing damn well that Mel Brooks is a Jew. But it was to make fun or show you the hypocrisy in Hollywood. It is satire, so you understand in a comedic form, this is what Hollywood does every day. Just saying. Will you be watching Cross? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. With my boy in it. This is what Hollywood does. This is what Hollywood does. All right. Tropic Thunder did it not only correctly, but in a way for you to understand. What up, Blue? Can't wait to hit you up tonight on a Blurred AF tonight, and give Mika G her flowers, because she over here doing the damn thing. So proud of Mika. I gotta give Mika her props. I can't wait till tonight so we can give Mika her props in her new position. So no, we can't complain no more. We can't complain no more. Yeah, I don't know if you caught this from the beginning, but nope, no more complaining about the obvious that we see in our face. Stop complaining. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this up because I got to get out of here so I could go down and do my early voting today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all who to vote for, whatever. Just vote in your best interest. This is all I'm going to tell you. If your vote, your best interest is this candidate, go with that candidate. Your best interest is the other candidate, go with the other candidate. But don't punk nobody and make nobody feel bad because they ain't going with the guy that you want to do. Just go vote. You know what I'm saying? Go vote because you have the right to vote for whoever your ancestors, my ancestors, fought for the right to vote for whoever the flub you want to vote for. Just do it. Don't let nobody punk you in your decision. Go vote. All right. This is your man, Dre Mac. Let me get up out of here so I can go early voting. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ty? Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mac Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, man. Don't forget to vote, either early vote or vote on tomorrow if that's what you want to do. Where's my outro at? Let me get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all tonight. Where am I at? Yeah, let me get up out of here.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.